Friends, it's Carla here from Creative Love Affair, and I'm here today for the Southern Ridge Trading Company. I've just joined their design team, and I'm so excited. They're a Canadian company who has wood veneer and chipboard and stencils that they laser cut in their shop. And today we're going to make a mini Halloween banner. I just pulled out the Halloween chipboard set and a herringbone stencil from their shop, and then I've grabbed some Canvas Corp little mini banners, some Paper Artsy paints by Seth Apter, and I'm going to decorate all these supplies. So I'm starting off with the little mini banners, and I'm using the stencil to stencil on a design, the herringbone design there, which creates a really neat V shape. The stencils are beautifully cut, and even though I am using a wet paint and I'm not being careful, they're still I'm really happy with the precise stenciling. Now I grabbed the Soda Fizz stencil, which I am really excited about using. I think this could be used for snow and stars as well as any kind of fun background. Then I went on here to grabbing some of the chipboard, and I'm going to use some Emerald Creek Craft Supplies embossing powders to decorate the chipboard. So I'm using a Versamark ink pad, and I'm just inking up, it's a sticky ink, so I'm inking up the chipboard pieces and then adding the powders. Now some of the powders are thicker, so the powder I used on the spider was a thick powder, and I try to heat it from the back because a little bit does blow off, but I just had to do it a couple times, and I really like the effect of the bumpy powders, so that I was really happy with that. And I used a little bit of the multi-medium here just to act as a glue with the powder as well, to add a little bit more to the legs because they were so tiny. So I love the way this turned out. That embossing powder is gorgeous. That's part of some new powders in their shop. And then we have here the little ghost, and I'm using a fine embossing powder, and so you'll see here how much of a difference you get if you're using a fine powder versus a chunky powder. And really it's just personal preference or the look you're going for. And this white powder melts very evenly and quickly on the little ghost and makes him nice and white and shiny, and he looks awesome. These little wood chip or chipboard pieces are such great embellishments, and you could definitely use them for cards and scrapbook papers, scrapbook layouts, and just really have fun decorating them. You can certainly use them plain as they are, but they can definitely be decorated with paints and with embossing powders or markers. So I think just having fun with these mists would be good as well. So really just customizing them to the look you're going for. So with this little bat, I'm using some heavier, thicker powders as well, so you can see it doesn't melt evenly, and I am good with that. I wanted to go with that look, and I'm adding a little bit of Tattered Angels mist to kind of get in between the cracks of the powder. So here's a look at all of those little embellishments now that are covered with embossing powders. And I'm going to go back to my little banner pieces, and I grabbed some Tattered Angels mists, and I'm going to spray them on top of that Paper Artsy paint stencils that we used. So we've got some purple here, and then we're going to go with some golden lime over that orange background. and then we're going to use the It's Orange Glimmer Mist over the green paint. And then we've got a little bit of some black spray as well, and I'm just kind of blotting it to make some splatters in the background. I decided that the ivory paint, which is the buff paint, it just didn't show up enough and create a contrast as much as I wanted with the purple banner, so I just decided to go over it with some of the Midnight paint. Now I grabbed some Emerald Creek stamps. This little guy is Webster the Spider, and I'm stamping just directly on the banner, and then I'm just inking up the web itself and stamping on another banner. And these are just creating a really light background stamped image that just creates a layer. It doesn't show up really prominently when you look at the banner, but when you look closely you can see it. Then I took some Distress ink and rubbed all around the edges of those. And I grabbed some flowers from Little Birdie Crafts, and I'm just going to spray them with that black spray because I think you always need black flowers at Halloween, of course. And I'm just painting some of the flowers, spraying some of them, and creating just a little bit of a glimmery mist here. And I just grabbed my glue gun and I'm gluing all the elements on. You could use whatever glue you want. I just knew this was fast and easy, and I knew everything was going to stick down really well. So I'm just adding the pieces. I got a little bit of shiny thread there and twisted it around to make a loop, and then glued it on and added the little bat on top of it, and then another flower and that cute spider. I was really happy with how the spider turned out. He's got such detailed legs. The cuts really are amazingly detailed. Then I'm adding some Canvas Corp purple twine or cord, I think it's called in the shop, and added that onto the back. So here's a look at all three of the banner pieces, and this is going to go with my Halloween decor. You can see those stamped images in the background just kind of provide that layer that your eye can go to. And really loved working with these fun stencils and amazing chipboard pieces, and I'm really excited to bring you lots more. So I'll link below the shop, and I'd love for you to stop over. Thanks so much for stopping by.